when we work out a particular muscle group and we go in there and we hammer away at 20, 30 sets of, say, weighted core, of, say, back, of, say, chest or chest and tries, and we don't mix it up in the regard that we're doing many different body parts, right? Because we say here at Wet n Wellness, if you don't want to plateau in lifting, you would like to switch up not only the days each week, but how you work out. Sometimes you do back and bis together. Sometimes you do back and chest together. Sometimes you do all back. Sometimes you do all chest. Sometimes you do all core. Bop, 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 right? Sometimes you mix it with cardio. And again, it will help to prevent you from plateauing, and it will keep you moving in the right direction in improving your function and physique and strength and everything, right? In the sense of improving body composition and just progressing as a lifter, right? But what about progressing also in your posture, right? When we talk about postural exercises and we talk about combating upper cross syndrome and lower cross syndrome, and upper cross syndrome pretty much looks like this, right? We have overly tight pecs. We have weak muscles between the shoulder blades. Our mid-lower trapezii, our rhomboids are relatively weak. They're not pinning our shoulder blades back like this as we would like, right? Our ear falls forward. We have weak deep neck flexors. We'd like to keep ourselves up high. We have overly tight upper traps, levator scaps coming up through, and lower cross syndrome. We have tight hamstrings, right? We have tight iliopsoas, hip flexors, right? We have a weak core, typically weak glutes. And so to combat these things, again, we do postural exercises. But what if you go in there and you say, okay, I've been watching Wet n Wellness and today I'm going to go do 30 sets of weighted core. And that's great, and do that sometimes. But here's something I want you to know. If you're going to do that, you're going to hammer something away, there's two important things I think you should do after you work out. One is stretch that muscle group. After, always after. Before you do a dynamic warm-up, you do movements that are dynamic, that are going to help to loosen the muscle, but that are not going to stretch the muscle fibers to the degree where they don't have the contractile force they're going to need under powerful movements, right? And you're less likely to get injured because you don't want to loosen that rubber band if you need it to contract really tight, right? It's more likely to rip and it's not going to perform as well, right? So you don't want to sit there and static stretch and touch your toes and stretch your chest out before you do chest. You don't want to do that. You're going to do chest, rapid movements, and then quicker and quicker and quicker. And you're pretty much ready to go at some point, right? And it depends on exactly what you're doing. Maybe do a set of push-ups first, whatever, right? But by dynamic movement. So after the workout, we do the static stretching. So say we crush weighted core, and I think it's a good example because I emphasize weighted core day personally every week. That's the most important day to me. It's having a strong core is the most important thing. It keeps you strong in every way, right? It helps with every other movement that you're pretty much going to do. Helps with athleticism, really helps big time with posture and reducing low back pain as well, right? So if I did do that weighted core day, now I'm worried about what one thing when I talked about lower cross syndrome, maybe being overly tight specifically. Maybe the hip flexors, right? Maybe my iliopsoas are really tight and that's going to kind of pull me like this, right? It's going to tighten them and it's going to pull me down, right? And of course, we don't want that. We want balance everywhere. So yeah, you could hit the opposite movers, things on the back side, right? Or if it was chest, the opposite movers would be on the back side up here. Another day to keep you in balance, right? But at the end of the workout, you're going to stretch. So you're going to stretch the iliopsoas by, say, coming here after a weighted core day. You can put your foot up on something and lean back with this leg and stretch it. You can put a knee down and you can stretch it like this, right? A lot of ways you can stretch it. But aside from stretching, a big thing that I think most people don't ever do, that I do, that I think has really helped me to maintain good posture and stay strong, is hit the opposite movers. Hit the antagonists of that movement. But don't crush them. Don't do a full workout for, say, glutes and low back and things that are opposing the hip flexors. But at least activate them at the end of the workout. And so if I did a bunch of weighted core, maybe at the end I would go down and I would, something like this, come up and down, up and activate my posterior chain, right? Let's activate those muscles so that it's less of a risk. It's almost a preventative way of approaching a lower cross syndrome, right? And upper cross syndrome if you did say chest or whatever, right? And you're doing upper back stuff. But it's going to help to reduce the risk of developing lower or upper cross syndrome. And it's something that is really simple and quick and can just take a few minutes. So one would be doing something like that. Another, you could have one arm, one leg, one arm, one leg. You could bring them up and hold. You could go on the low back hyperextension bench, right? So you go on the bench and my feet are locked in this way. I'll fall over if I do it, but I'm really like that. And my legs are against the pads, right? And I'm coming up, extending, activating my erector spinae, extending. Maybe I would go on the ground and I would activate my glutes. You know, maybe I'd come up, activate my glutes, maybe do some kicks out. Maybe I would do some glute bridges, right? We would do some glute bridges, which is stretching this and it's activating these, right? So the whole point is, whether it's specifically for your hip flexors or for any other muscle group that you hit that day, just make sure at the end you activate the opposite movers. I think there's something to be said for that. Now, don't do it to the degree where you're really sore, right? I mean, this should be like, you know, a couple sets, a few sets, without weight typically, okay? So if you did a lot of chest and you rounded forward, maybe you do some nice light rows, right? Nice light rows. Or maybe you would do some, you know, on the ground, flat on the ground like we showed before, raising the arms, raising them like this. And, you know, maybe some pull downs, hit the lats, hit the back. It's really something that goes a long way, and that's more in my personal experience than any book that I've read. And it just makes sense when you think of the anatomy and how it all comes together. So that is what we got for you guys. If you have any specific questions on how to do that for any muscle groups, or you know, you say, Shane, look, I hit this day, I hit bop, 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 bop. You know, what would be some good things that I could do at the end of the workout? I would be happy to tell you, right? And I also make workout plans. I would be happy to write you a plan if, you know, you're looking to go that route as well. So, hope you guys had a great day today. And I hope the night is even better, my friends. I hope you eat something good and healthy for dinner that you enjoy and is also delicious. I mean, and healthy. You enjoy it if it's delicious. I hope it's delicious and healthy. Who's on here today? Denise, how you doing? No Filter. Malcolm, what's up? Malcolm Gianella Mortgages. Okay. I am Paul. I am Shane. Pecorino. Dion. Meg, what's up? Dash 4371. Bull City. Stephen Apple Blue. Veronica. Hello, my beautiful, gorgeous woman. How you doing? I will see you very soon. Love you. Realtor Johnny. Shelly Belly. Jafala Silva. And Realtor Johnny, first one on today. This was for you, my friend. I hope you had a fantastic day. Go do something great for yourself. At the end of your core workout, maybe do some low back extensions or activate your glutes or something of that nature, if you're still with us. But, you know, that's just one more way you can improve your health. We try to give you as many as possible here at One Wellness every day. That's what we love doing, and I'm more than happy to be doing it. So you guys have an absolutely fantastic rest of your night. That's all we got for you, folks. We'll see you tomorrow, baby. Not sure where, not sure when, but we'll see you then. I need some drums to do it at the end. That'll be fun. Thanks a lot. You guys have a great one. And happy Wellness. We'll see you. Ciao.